do tell me what remains of our lovely Edith Finch.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Oh look, it's the Weasley Mansion.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
No trespassing. Well, I'm coming in. I mean, I live here technically, but shut up. Now, does it matter which path I take? I assume they both lead up to the house. I'm gonna take the road less traveled.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Now, I'm assuming I can't just walk in the front door. Oh, wait.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
To the garage? Or backyard, I guess? Somewhere?
The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
Damn. Look at that. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lovely view. I wish I had that. Through the dog door? No wonder it's fucking cold. You left the freezer open. Jesus Lord. We're suffering over here.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it.
Anybody in this room?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
The past, I'm guessing.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
I mean, carrots are good for you. Good for the eyesight.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Oh,
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
what? What? Okay.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Oh, this is fun. I think I was a cat in my past life. Wee! Wee! Okay. Wow! Wee!
I jumped and I almost got her.
Oh, I missed.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Nope. Oh, up there. Okay, that makes sense.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Okay, so I'm looking for bunnies?
Rabbits.
Rabbit. Alright, brace yourself. I'm coming in for landing. Nope, never mind. Okay, overshot. Come back around. Or make myself dizzy. Alright, aha! I have you now!
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
You little
Then
rebel.
I flew off to find something bigger.
Alright, oh, rabbit, I'm here to eat you. I mean, be friends with you. Oh, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That is what I meant. That is what I meant. Alright, we're good.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Alright, come on, buddy. Come on, Bruce. Move. Move! You gotta find Nemo. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. On my way, do 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 do. Baby shark.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Instead, you're getting a nosebleed at the bottom of the ocean. You will be in my mouth one day. That sounded wrong, but... Oh my Jesus. There you go.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Okay. There is no escape. Resistance is futile.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Ugh. Am I a squid?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Am I the Kraken?
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Sorry, buddy. I'll send your wife a letter.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Oh, I love this song. Don't mind if I, Hello, Captain. Goodbye,
I was
Captain.
the last passenger. I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have. So I swam towards it.
Okay. Oh.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh, I'm never sitting on the bathroom again. Sitting on the toilet, actually.
I got closer and closer.
Oh, hey! It's Molly's room.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Nom nom nom.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Can I turn into a cat and an owl and a shark and a squid?
When we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Oh, that's cute.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
His family doesn't like the ocean. Or the ocean doesn't like his family, I guess. More to the point.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
But it sounds so cool when you say, hey, my husband was killed by a dragon. Mole man.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
It's the mole man!
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh no! Oh no!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Damn.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
That's cool.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Ha ha ha!
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh, this is fucking awesome. Hi.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
What a lovely individual.
So Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
I actually cannot get over how cool this is.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And young he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Oh. Up here. Okay.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
He moved.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Dun dun dun, the doorbell.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
To the basement we go!
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. And then one day, everything just stopped. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can. I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Oh, that was very cool. I like how
When I
they
was
did
out
that.
there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Aww.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family and the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Oh, it is the old house. Okay.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.